Hey everyone, I'm gonna mute you all as people are coming in. I'm gonna send a reminder notice real quick. All right, so we're gonna give it just a few minutes and then we are getting started. Just see if anybody's trying to get in. And we'll keep letting everybody in and then we'll get started. About 3 minutes. All right, let me grab my notes. Almost time. 2 minutes. All right. So hopefully everyone else will be coming on. But we're gonna get started. So today is week 1. Of course, I knew that was gonna happen. It is week 1 of Summer Shred. It is the 8-week session. There's no holidays between now and September that you would need to worry about going off the tracks, going off the rails. Normally I'm like, oh, we have 4th of July. Oh, we have Easter. Oh, we have this. Oh, we have that. We don't have any of that. So it's a great time to buckle down and get focused, especially, and I talk about this all the time, the August slide, which happens to a lot of people. August slide is when you're like, oh, summer's almost over. We need to go on a quick vacation. You eat like shit. Or, you know, you have your kids and you take them to ice cream every day because school's almost about to start. Those kinds of things. So we need to stay away from that summer slide. And by committing to Summer Shred, you're at least allowing yourself to be in control, right? We might not be 100%, but at least you have that control. And being in the meeting today speaks volumes. So first thing I want to say is there are a bunch of people that are doing the in-app tracking with the meals, and I'm going to report back to you guys and let you know what they think of it. I don't really cook, so it would never work for me. I'd be continually swapping it out to see if there was something that didn't need to be cooked. But the people, there's like, I want to say at least 6 people that are using the meals in the in-app tracking, like using the meal options. So I will find out how that's working out, because even if they don't like a meal, they could swap it and keep swapping it until they like one that they see. So I'll get you guys information on that. So it is week 1, and a lot of you are refocusing, recommitting, or want to get back on track, or got comfortable, right? It happens, not a big deal. So I want to remind you guys that there are things that we can do that we did a year ago, a year and a half ago, when you first started, that you have to go back to that. You can't slide away and say, oh, well, I already know how much that weighs, or I know what the macros are for that. Because you might, but you might not. You might play games in your head. That's what I do. I play games in my head. So as a coach, knowing that I play games in my head, as not a coach, I know you guys play games in your head. So pull out your food scale. I know you guys have put that stuff away. Like, oh, I've been weighing this chicken for a year and a half. I know what it is. Pull it out. Start tracking every freaking day. How did you lose the weight when you first started? What were you doing? How committed were you to the app? You need to get back there. And if you're new, you need to stay focused and commit to that. Because if you don't know what you're eating, you don't know what you are eating. There are 3 doctors in the program right now. 3 doctors. Not eye doctors, not dentists, like real, like one's an internist, one is a pediatrician, and one is a PA, but still I consider that a doctor, right? So, and first thing I said to them was, are you going to be okay with tracking? And the first thing they all said to me was, that is the only way I'm going to know what I'm eating. 100%. 2 of them have fake names, so you guys won't know who they are because they're local doctors. And they asked if they can be incognito. And I was like, you're acting like my news reporters, because all the news reporters are always incognito, just so you guys know. But I have 4 news reporters in the group too. But so it's not just me telling you that. Even doctors get it, but they don't do it, is my point. They know they need to do it, because how do you know what you're eating? Remember when we started this, or if you're new to this, if you're eating tacos for lunch and you're eating pasta for dinner, how do you know how many carbs that is? Right? It's science. That's why macros works. So if you're winging it, stop winging it. Pull back. Even if you are comfortable of how you look or feel, but you want to change your body composition, that's the way you're going to do it. You don't care about the scale, fine. But if you want to see your clothes fit better, or you want to see your muscles more, you want to feel leaner, that's the only way you're going to do it. And you might not have to do it forever, but that's the way you're going to get to where you want to be. And it's very easy for us to fall away from that. Do a kitchen cleanse. Remember we talked about when you first started, and then for new people, get all the shit out of your kitchen. You don't have Doritos in the kitchen for your kids. You have them in the kitchen for you. Get them out. And if you don't have kids, you definitely don't have it for your kids. Get all the junk food out. Get the desserts out that you have temptation, that there's no way if it's in there, you cannot have it. And I always say this, your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, your girlfriend, your wife doesn't need it either. They might tell you they need it, but do they really? Mike thought he needed all that shit, but he doesn't have it anymore. They get used to it. Just remove the tempting food, because your house has to be there to support your goals. If it's there, it's not going to support your goals. I can't see half the people. I could see you guys that are on here, but I don't know who's going to watch it on record. So When I talk about people, when I use people as examples and stuff, I don't really think about people in my head. So just so you guys know that. But if your child is overweight, they're overweight because of your habits, more than likely, right? I was overweight. My sister was overweight. My mom was overweight. My brother was overweight at one time. It's habits that you create in your home that your children will likely follow. And your kids might not be obese. They might be 5, 10, 15 pounds overweight. That's still overweight. And if they're under 25, it's going to get worse. So if you don't teach them the habits that you are doing in the house, because that's where everything starts, that's the snacks that are in the house, that's the, oh, let's go out for lunch, oh, let's go out for dinner, oh, let's go get a smoothie. Those are all things that you are putting on the person you're with, your children, whatever it is. So if you pull that in, then they're going to learn from you, right? So many people I hear like, oh, I started eating healthy and my husband started eating better with me. My spouse started changing their habits. My daughter wants to not eat that anymore. My son doesn't want McDonald's anymore because he knows, right? So if you're doing this for you, do it for everybody else too that you are with that might need that. And it's not even about being overweight or obese. It's about being healthy. And if you're eating like shit, what do your insides look like? Meaning diabetes, your liver, all those things. If you're drinking a lot, all those things come into play. Okay. I'm sure you've did this in the past, and this is for new people also. Bulk your meals. Pull out the crock pot again. Pull out the crock pot. Pull out the air fryer. Make the turkey chili. Make the chicken chili. Break up those Quest chips. Break them up and roll them up into your grilled chicken breast. Put away the Planko breadcrumbs that you started pulling out when you were tired of Quest chips. I love to see what your faces are when I see stuff like that, because I always wonder. You don't even have to make chili. You can take a ton of chicken breast and put it in a crock pot with chicken broth and seasoning, and it stays moist versus like putting on the frying pan or like whatever you call it, the pan, and spraying it. I just did it the other day, and I could have shredded it and made shredded chicken, and it would have been amazing. But the chicken broth just like seeped into the chicken because I just let it sit in the crock pot. And it's delicious. I've had it like 3 times already this week. So try to bulk prep your meals. That will make you more successful. Pick an easy meal that you really, really like that's like your go-to meal. Like my go-to meal is pull out the air fryer, put broccoli in it, put sweet potato fries in it, and pull out one of those pieces of chicken. If I don't have the chicken, I throw a piece of tilapia in the air fryer with all that other stuff. I have a 2-tier air fryer. So I put the protein on the bottom and then everything else on top. The more, you guys know this, the more you're prepared to be successful, the more successful you will be. I got so many questions. I got in the or not questions, statements. When I asked you guys to like send me your consultation forms again, and I asked you guys to fill out the update form, I got a lot of, oh, I started going out with my friends a lot. I missed hanging out with my friends, so I started going out with them and we started doing happy hours. And it wasn't like statements. It was almost like, I wish I wasn't doing this. I don't want to do what I'm doing. Well, if you don't want to do what you're doing, you have to stop doing it. It is a fresh 8 weeks. The slate is clear. If you're new, you're starting from the beginning. If you're restarting or you came back or you're continuing on, this is your opportunity. Every 8 weeks is your opportunity. But why do that? Why not just let it keep going and stay committed and stay focused? How many that are on the Zoom right now, which I can only really see 4 of you, but you can use the fake hand. How many of you are not new, but are continuing on or not even came back, continuing on and really need to get refocused and get back to the basics? One, two, three, four, five. 5 out of, I think, 11. And out of the five, not even that, 5 out of the 11, there's new people and there's people coming back. 12, 6. I can't count, sorry. Yeah, I mean, me too. We all do. That's why every time you guys start your new session, I'm always like, I'm doing it with you guys. Right? Because it helps to have this. It helps to have this meeting. And a bunch of you in here, I haven't seen in meetings in a couple of weeks. So the fact that you're in the meeting is amazing, because that speaks volumes. Okay, so I want to talk about, people have messaged me that restarted or refocused and said they forgot ways to get protein in, besides just eating protein. So fats and carbs are super easy to eat, right? I don't want you to even think about fats and carbs. I want you to focus on proteins. For the next 2 weeks, if you track anything at all, it's protein. I mean, a lot of us have gotten the habit of just tracking everything, but if you've gotten out of the habit of tracking, I just want you to be mindful of your protein. If I say eat 160 grams of protein, try to do that. And don't even think about the carbs and fats, because I promise you, it'll fall into line and your body will change. So protein is the most important thing. Plan out your week of what proteins you could possibly eat when you go to the grocery store. Buy the proteins. Buy the food, even if you have to cook it, or it's in a can, or it's in a container. You want to get the chicken breast, you want to get the fish, you want to get the shrimp. I'm not talking about the cottage cheese and the yogurts. I'm talking about actual proteins, right? Whole proteins. The cheeses, right? Cheese is a protein. And think about, maybe 3 days a week, I'm going to have the chicken. And then 2 days this week, I'm going to have, I don't eat steak, but I'm going to eat steak. And one night I'm going to have salmon. And once you think about that, then think about how much you would need at that dinner, right? So you know, whatever your proteins are, divide it out by how many meals you have. And if your dinner is the biggest meal, then just bulk that one up a little bit more. But try not to parcel it out like, okay, I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to eat this, and I'm going to eat this. And now you have 9 different proteins you're eating throughout the day. That'll drive you crazy. Try to bulk it up. Protein supplements are amazing, right? Protein shakes. There's nothing wrong with a protein supplement. Don't let anyone tell you that there's nothing wrong with it. If you have a true protein supplement, true protein shake that has under 5 fats, under 5 carbs, but over 25 proteins, that's amazing. That's like eating a chicken breast. You're just drinking it. There's nothing wrong with that. I drink a protein shake every single day. Now, I have to tell you what I did the other day, which is probably overkill, but I was really craving chocolate and peanut butter. My protein powder is chocolate and peanut butter. But I was short carbs for the day because I forgot to bring my mush with me to Orange Theory. So on the way home, I kept thinking, okay, I'm going to eat my protein shake, but I really want to eat my Kodiak cup. So I got home, I pulled out my blender thingy, my mini blender. I put in like this much almond milk. I don't know, not even 6 ounces. Some crushed milk, crushed ice, a scoop of my protein powder, and I dumped the entire Kodiak cup in my blender. The oats, the chips, the peanut butter, the powder, everything that was in that cup went right into the blender. I got 64 grams of protein in that shake. I got carbs, like 35 carbs. I think it was actually 41 carbs. And I got, I think, 8 fats. I've never thought to do that. I've put protein powder in my oatmeal, but I've never done the oatmeal in my shake. And it was amazing. And it tasted fantastic. I let it sit there a few minutes before I drank it so that the oats would get a little bit soft. So I wasn't eating like flakes. But it was delicious. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Your collagen powder. How many of you are taking collagen powder? Forget just for your diet, for your protein, your hair, your skin, your nails. I wish someone told me 20 years ago when I was 30, I should be drinking collagen every day. Because I'd probably be saving a lot of money on Botox and filler if I had done it. I had no idea. And I'm not knocking my mom, but my mom never had a skin routine, never took care of her hair, her skin, her nails. It wasn't her thing. She's aged, but we learn from where we are from. So I just started picking up those habits when I was 40 or maybe 35, right? My sister's nodding her head. So if you have children that are like 18 or above, they need to start taking collagen. It'll only help them. There's nothing wrong with it. It's protein. And if you're our age or anywhere between 40 and above, you definitely need to be doing collagen. For one thing, the protein, but for everything else, of course. Bone broth is amazing, and it's a way to get your protein in. If you're a soup person, you can make soup with your bone broth, doctor it up with flavors, and even put protein in it, and now you're double dipping on the protein. I know someone that does what I do with the regular chicken broth. They do it with the protein broth, with the air fry crock pot. And then they actually use the rest and put celery in it and stuff like that. And they make it into like a soupy kind of thing. I don't do that, but you could totally do that. I posted in the group that Premier Protein Powder and Orgain Protein Powder are both on Prime, Amazon Prime this week, yesterday and today. Come midnight, there's no more Prime. So I posted it in the Shred Tribe Amazon Finds group. So make sure you guys take advantage of that. There's a couple of other, Vital Proteins is on right now on Prime. It's less than Costco. I think I put that in the Amazon group in the app also. But if you're in my group on Facebook, it's in there too. And you could just search Vital. Quest chips are proteins. Those are on Prime right now. Anytime I see like a Quest chips come through, I'm like, I wonder if that's a Shred Tribe person. I could see items that are bought, but I don't know who buys them. So I'm always like, oh, Quest chips, someone must have bought them. Those are all sources of protein. Brown rice, pea, and hemp are all protein sources that you can find different protein powders as options. So keep that in mind as well. And that's the Orgain also. Does anyone drink or ingest or whatever you call it, I don't know if it's drinking, Mary Ruth products? Those are all on Prime right now too. You got some, right? Didn't you message me yesterday? You got some? I bought 3 bottles because normally they're like $50, $60 and they're on Prime right now. Even the drops, they're on Prime right now. And I even get them, I get them from free sometimes from Mary Ruth too. I have a bottle coming for free right now, but I was like, I don't know how long that's going to last. So I'm just going to buy it. Every drink you have is a protein opportunity. So Vital Collagen, you don't have to put in a shake. I put it in my water every morning before I walk out the door. I put my Amino Energy, which is my BCAAs, which is also branched chain aminos, which is also proteins. So I put a scoop of my Amino Energy. I put a scoop, and it's a hefty scoop of the collagen in my water. You can put it in any drink you want. There's no flavor. So just keep that in mind if you're the person that drinks their shakes out of a container that's already made. Don't worry about that. Eat your protein first. Remember we talked about that a long time ago? First thing I do when I make, like, I'm gonna have food tonight, and Mike brought home shrimp skewers from the club, and he's like, do you want anything with it? I'm like, no, I'll make sweet potato fries when I'm done with my meeting. When I do stuff like that, the first thing I do is eat my 3 fries, and then I try the shrimp. Whereas eat the shrimp first, fill up on the protein. Your carbs will be there. And we're never too full to eat carbs. Right? Isn't that crazy? So, and real quick story, I know I go off on tangents all the time, but every day at Orange Theory, I eat a mush or a Kodiak, a pineapple cottage cheese container, and I have a Fit and Light yogurt, right? Every day. Let me back up. I pack that every day in my cooler so that I can eat it every day at 11 o'clock. I sit down at the computer, I make my calls to members, and I do all three things hypothetically before I go back to teaching. First thing I eat should be my yogurt. Second thing should be my pineapple cottage cheese. And the third thing should be my mush. But I've noticed for the past month, I am not hungry after I eat my mush and my pineapple cottage cheese. And I put the yogurt back in the refrigerator. And what made me think of it is, I went to pack my yogurt this morning in my bag and I was like, why am I even packing this? I went and looked in the refrigerator and there's 6 yogurts in the refrigerator. 6. That means 6 different days. I'm not there every day. That's like 3 weeks, pretty much. A little over 2 weeks. I made myself eat the yogurt first today. Because everything's yummy, but I'm tired of the yogurt. So I was like, I'm good. I'll wait till I get home and I'll have more protein when I get home, right? So I'm just like you guys, but the protein is the most important. That 20 grams in my yogurt is going to go a lot longer than the 4 grams that are in my mush and the 9 that are in my cottage cheese that are mixed with carbs, right? It'll probably make me feel better. I probably wouldn't be so tired when I'm done with my noon class. All those things. Protein is like your most important source, your most important macro. It's not the yummiest, but it's the most important. Every meal that you eat should have 25%, at least 25% protein on your plate or however you eat. A lot of people like to get their proteins in before and after they work out. There's nothing wrong with that. There's so many myths and so many fake rules. Oh, you have to have protein before you work out. You need to make sure 30 minutes after you work out, you have your protein shake. Like you see all the gym guys walking out like fitness, shaking their protein shake. Like your body doesn't know, but you can do that. If you're starving after a workout, drink a protein shake. Why not? It's protein. It'll help you get your proteins in. And more than likely, you're hungry after your workout. So to drink that protein shake wouldn't be anything for you, right? A lot of people cannot do a protein shake before they work out because it makes them nauseous. You know yourself, so don't do it if it does. I know people that do a protein shake before and a protein shake after. Or a protein shake before and a bar after, or a bar before and a shake after. I'm more of the bar person because I like to drink my protein shake when I get home around 3 o'clock. So I'll usually eat a bar before I go teach a class or work out. And when I say teach a class, I don't mean Orange Theory. I mean spin or UFit where I actually have to do the workout. Your body needs protein for muscle recovery. So if you're going to drink the protein shake after a workout, go for it. When you work out, you are damaging your muscles. You're breaking them down. You're tearing them. They're not healthy muscles when you're working out. It's when you're done is when you repair them. When you're resting, when you're sleeping, when you're eating. So definitely, if you're the type of person that works out, you definitely have to have that at some point after your workout. Go leaner with your meat and you'll get more protein. I'm not a meat eater, and I think about this every time because it makes my stomach turn when you go to Okeechobee Steakhouse and they bring the tray of raw meat out to you. Has anybody ever been there? And there's like, oh, this is the blah, blah, blah. And it's like this thick and it has all white in it, right? All marble. And they're like, this is the tastiest one. And then they have like just the red meat and they're like, well, this is the leanest. Yeah, because the tastiest one is the fattiest. All the white marble that they charge you extra for is fat. So try to start going with leaner meat and you'll get more protein for your buck, meaning your budget, your daily budget, not your dollar buck, but your daily budget of macros. And you won't have to worry about your fats as much. Eat the right kind of cheeses. Feta cheese is a great protein source. I love feta cheese. I can eat feta cheese all the time. There's 11 grams of protein in a half a cup of feta cheese. Half a cup of feta cheese. I mean, you can eat that throughout the day if you can't eat that in one whole meal, but you can make an egg white omelet with spinach and feta cheese, and that would be amazing. And think of all the protein you're getting in that one meal. And then have 2 slices of toast, you're good. You're getting your fats, you're getting your proteins, you're getting your greens, you're getting your carbs. Cottage cheese, obviously I just told you I eat cottage cheese every single day. So 12.5 grams of protein in a half a cup. American cheese, everybody loves American cheese, I think, is not the best source of protein, but if you need fats, it's fine. You'll get some protein with your fats. I love American cheese. I can go in the refrigerator every day and just grab a slice of American cheese and eat it. I love American cheese. But I don't do that, but I could do that. So I'm going to give you guys a recipe for a couple of breakfast options, but ditch the whole grains for breakfast. Start thinking about more protein options. Ezekiel bread is a great option. You can find that in the freezer section. It has to stay refrigerated or frozen. And then you can take it out and put it in the toaster because it is live, because it's proteins. It's not just dead carbs. So you have to make sure that you keep that in the refrigerator. But you could have chicken for breakfast. Cheesecake Factory used to have an energy meal, the energy breakfast. And it was 3 egg whites, a chicken breast, spinach, and I don't remember, there was something else. They gave you a choice if you want to like bread or potatoes or something, but chicken breast, you can eat it for breakfast. There's nothing wrong with it. We eat chicken sausage. Why not eat a chicken breast? Nut butters are great if they're not tempting to you to eat too much of it. And the way to get around that is nut butter powder. PB2 comes in so many different flavors. Hazelnut, almond, there's so many different. It comes in chocolate hazelnut. Like, what is that called? They put in crepes. They're so good. I'm trying to read your lips, Andrea. Nutella. Thank you. Nutella. Yes, that was very good. We can play that game. What is it? Lip sync or whatever it's called. It tastes like Nutella. So PB powder is great. Especially if you're putting it in something. Now, if you want to rub it like on your rice cake or something, you have to make it with water. But if you can keep nut butter in your house, then do it. Now, notice I'm not saying peanut butter. Nut butter, almond butter, cashew butter. Cashew butter is better than almond butter. They're both better than peanut butter. You can go to Whole Foods. I don't know if you guys know this. There's a machine at Whole Foods that has all cashews, has all, I think peanuts, might not have almonds, all peanuts, and you can make your own nut butter. And all it is nuts. No preservatives, no additives. You're literally making nut butter out of nuts. And you know what's going in it. So that is a great option. Greek yogurt is another amazing option. And we always talk about this, that you can get between 17 and 25 grams of protein in one yogurt container. Try different flavors, see what you like. I just came across Chobani's zero sugar Oreo because they didn't have the one I wanted, the Fit and Light. That Chobani is like eating dessert. You have that, Andrea? I just found it. I bought 2 because I wasn't sure and they were gone in 2 days. So that's when to start bringing with me to Orange Theory, because the Fit and Light Dan is just not cutting it anymore, but it's amazing. The Chobani Oreo is amazing, and it's 0 sugar. So try different yogurts, keep different yogurts in your house, depending on what you may need. Snack time can be protein time. It doesn't have to be crackers. You can eat a couple of slices of turkey breast or chicken breast rolled up, like from the deli or whatever it is. You can, so there's protein balls, there's protein breads, there's protein muffins. Those are all great snacks. If you make them, you know what's going into it, right? I used to be big on making the protein muffins, but I have not made them, and I can't even tell 5 years. I used to make protein balls like they were going out of business. I would bring them to Orange Theory and Royal Palm all the time. I have not made protein balls, I don't know how long. But there's such great sources of protein, and you know what you're putting in it. Protein powder, oats, and peanut butter, and water. That's it. Roll them up. It's a great snack. You know you're getting what you need. Just account for it in the morning. I'm going to have 5 balls today. Awesome. Let me take that out of my daily budget. When you are looking at your protein powders, your protein bars, all that stuff, your protein powder has to be at least 20 grams of protein, or you're wasting your time and your money. If your carbs are higher than your proteins in your bars, you're eating a candy bar, you're not eating a protein bar. You might as well eat a candy bar. So what I want you to take away most of all today is protein is the most important thing to do. Most important thing to get in every day. Don't worry about the carbs. Don't worry about the fats. It'll happen. It'll go right with it. If you're new to the program, I will help you hit your numbers. Do not worry about it. I didn't go around the room today because there's really only 1 or 2 new people. So it would just be you guys talking. So, you know, I go around the room and say, how long you been with the program? Blah, 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 blah. We're not doing that. Next Wednesday, our meeting is going to be about goal setting, what your goals are, what you want to achieve, why you're in the Shred Tribe, how you're going to get there, what you need to do to make those changes. And then the following week, we're going to do our favorite foods, share and tell. And I would really like to get a lot of people on that share and tell, because it gives us options, new foods that we've never heard of, never thought of. So I'm letting you guys know ahead of time what the meetings are going to be about. Each meeting going forward, I'm going to talk a little bit, a short topic on perimenopause, menopause, that kind of thing. So you guys will get little nuggets about that. It's going to be at the end, so you can't leave the meeting early after I talk about it. And if you know people that are in the Shred Tribe, remind them to come to the meetings and how important they are, how entertaining I could be sometimes. Try to be. And that's pretty much it. I really want to do the workouts on Wednesdays. So if anybody wants to do the workouts at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, please let me know. I can't do 6:30 because I train Jackie at 6:30 and her son. And then I go right into our meeting at 7:15. Unless we do it on a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning, but Saturday morning would have to be at 7 a.m. So that's pretty much it. If anybody wants to come take any of my classes, please let me know at Amped or at UFit or at Orange Theory. I can get you guys guest passes, not a big deal. Cheryl, I could probably get you another guest pass to Amped also. Avenue in, and we have 2 Saturday classes now, 8 a.m. and 9:15 because they were waitlisting. So let me know. If anybody else wants to, you're more than welcome to. I'd love to have people I know in my classes. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Have an amazing Wednesday night. Thank you guys so much for coming on. This is going to be the best session yet. I know I say that every session, but it still will be. And thank you guys for coming on. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember, always be badass. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.